Okay, we're going to be live streaming here, and this round it's Saturday, June 14th, and yours truly is going to be fishing the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. And before we start, I just want to make sure I can access some of these other apps that I need to support this live stream. Okay, so I'm just going to check, make sure we are live. Looks like it. Okay. Let's go fishing. All right. So, I'm going to show you. We're going to be fishing the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. I'm in the city of Allen, Texas. Okay. In-N-Out Burger is actually over down that way, and there's also Cheddar's here. But this is a favorite spot of mine for fishing over the years. And this round, I'm going to be fishing with this Echo Ion 2-3 weight, and it's a Cabelas 3 weight, 3 forks rod. Let's see, 7.5 foot. Okay, the other day I was fishing a Cabelas CGR fiberglass dealie, and today I'll be fishing this guy. Okay, and we're gonna be fishing this particular pond. So let me go ahead and get set up. Put it right on the dealie, lock it in, and let's see if we can catch a fish or two. All right. Probably give it about an hour. I gotta do some honeydews, lawn and whatnot, but I think we got enough time to maybe catch a fish or two. So let's see what happens. Okay. Gear I'm using a crackleback, little crackleback fly. All right, and I use this DIY knotted leader. I make them myself. I think this is about 4-pound test tippet. This is a 15. No, this is a 12. Yeah, this is a 12 midsection, and then a 30-pound mono butt section. And I tend to just go ahead and tie my own because it's a lot cheaper than having to pay those high-dollar prices for this gear. All right, so let me just get it started. We got a little bit of wind. I do need to get the fly to sink a little. And this one rides just a few inches below the surface, water surface. Okay. And I'm hoping Mr. Bass wants to play today, although there are some nice bluegill in here too. Okay. It mimics a little minnow as well as fly, or some kind of bug on the surface, like a little dragonfly. Later on, in the day, as the dragonfly start moving about, I'll start getting more of these guys striking on the top in this particular fly. Okay, little crackleback. Okay, you can fish it dry. I tend to fish it more wet, mainly because well, I think the fish like chasing this thing, but I will kind of let it pause when I'm fishing it to allow the fish to think it's more of a dragonfly on the surface, versus if I'm doing this, it's just mainly me working it like a little minnow. All right, so we're just gonna walk the bank here. All right, let's see if they want to play today. Usually I get most of my hits right here along the bank, so let's see if that holds true. All right, come on, Mr. Fishy. All right, let's come back up here on this culvert. I'm gonna stand back. I'm about 10-15 feet from the bank, standing off. There's a lot of times they'll be lurking close by. Okay, now I'll walk up a little. I think there's some bluegill off to my left that tend to lurk in this one section. All right, let's go back here. Get a little bit closer to the greenery. Oh, had a swipe. Came up behind it. Oh man, that was a nice swipe. Can't tell what it was though. See if he'll come back. Oh man. Oh man, that should have been one right there out in the greenery. Pop it over. There we go. Slide it in there. Okay. I saw it kind of swirl on it. That's usually your giveaway that he's there. Let's go back this way. Okay. Got my polarized glasses. That always helps to be able to give you the telltale of one maybe trailing behind it. The water's, it's fairly clear. I can see about maybe a foot or two down. Okay. Oh, something just swiped it again. All right, we got a little action this morning. Let's see if we get first fish of the day here shortly. All right, let's pop it out this way again. And I think I'm going to maybe work this shadowy section first. Normally I go the other way, but today I feel like going clockwise. Yeah, clockwise. All right, and while I'm here, let me just check. I've got the chat feature going, but I'm not sure how this is going to work because I am currently using my DJI action camera streaming directly into YouTube. So let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to get much chat activity here, but hey, it's all right. We can still have some good engagement. Okay, let's start working the pond. I had one already swipe it. Okay, give you a better view here. Okay, and what I'll tend to do is once I get close to the bank like so, I'll just stay here and just step a few steps to my left or right and just work my way along the pond. Okay, and really I'm casting more ahead of me. Again, the intent being the first thing I want the fish to see is really my fly that I'm presenting them versus my line, yours truly's shadow, myself, you know, even my seeing my profile and whatnot, because hey, might as well stack the deck and make sure that they're seeing something tasty versus something suspicious. Okay. Temperature's actually cool today. We had some heat yesterday. I think we got into the 90s, but this morning we're starting out cool. But I'll tell you more later because I got some lawn work to do, and then I'm gonna do some chilling and grilling as well. Cooking in the backyard for a little barbecue. Maybe even fire up the fire pit and maybe just kind of chill later on this evening. So today, this morning, we're gonna see if we can get around the fishing in, because I gotta have my fix. Tug is a drug, and I gotta have my fix of some fishing. Tried one year fishing daily, and I made it all the way up to, I think it was like March, and then I got called away and had to do some work with my day job that took me out of state. All right, I'm seeing not much activity right now, which is surprising given the morning like this. Okay, so far only one swipe. Killing me smalls. Okay, let's see. And then the gear I'm using, a little 3-weight on a 2-3 Echo Ion fly reel right here. Echo Ion. I got the whole line of them, 2-3 all the way up to the 10-12. And then I'm using a 3-piece. There we go. He swiped it. Oh man, that was a good one too. Yeah, I'm using a 3-piece, 3 forks Flyrod right here. Prestige. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I picked that up years ago. I had this and an 8-weight, and I broke the 8. Oh, there's the hit. First fish of the day. Nice. Okay, and as I was saying, I'm using one of my DIY leaders. It's a knotted leader. Okay, so it's made up of 3 sections: the tippet, the midsection, and the butt section. The butt section's 30-pound test mono. The midsection is 12-pound mono, and then the tippet is I think it's 4-pound mono. It's either 4 or 6. All right, first fish of the day gonna be a little bluegill. Actually, it was a pretty nice bluegill. Let's see if we can get him to hit there. Oh yes, that was another one. That was another one of those guys. Let's see if I can just kind of... Oh, there we go again. Okay, so the thing about a crackleback... Oh, nice. Oh, there, we found them. Yeah, the thing about a crackleback is you can fish it wet, you can fish it dry, but I tend to fish them right there. I tend to fish them wet, and you can see how they're swiping it as I'm casting away. Look at this guy. All right, and bottom line, it's a very simple pattern to tie. Okay, look at this. Got some marabou right there, or no, that's a saddle hackle, marabou saddle hackle, and then a black tying thread or an olive tying thread, I believe, and then just a simple streamer hook. I think it looks like a size 10. Okay, and that's it. And if I put a lot of floating on it, I'll get it to stay on the surface, but I tend to leave it and not put any floating and just kind of fish it like so, because I notice a lot of times I get most of my hits fishing it wet. Okay, so there were like multiple hits there. And then let's see if there's another one out there lurking about. Okay, there's a hit. Oh, he ran at it. Oh man, that one just ran at it. There he goes again. Nice. Oh, this is putting a bend on the rod this time. Nice. Fish on. Fish on. Get my fix today. Tug is the drug. Getting my fix in today. Haha. Alright. And then, I don't know if the... okay. Man down. Man down. Let's get him in. Let's get him in. Man down. Man down. Let's get him in the water. Get him in the water. Here we go. Yes. Me likes. Alright, so I kind of found them in this one section. So I kind of came down, worked around, got a couple of hits there, and then as I was working along, sure enough, I was able to at least locate them. And all I did was mainly just kind of walk the bank in a step-by-step, maybe onesie, twosie step, till I got some strikes. And in this case, what I found, especially with this pond, is most of your strikes are going to be up close versus out there. Okay, maybe later on when it gets hotter in the hot heat of the summer, they'll start tending further out. But right now, most of these are well within maybe 2 rod lengths. There's another strike. 2 rod lengths of my rod, and I'm using a little 7.5 footer. Okay, there's another swipe. He swiped it good. Coming along. Okay, there's another swipe. Okay, just keeping that steady retrieve here, and I'm making sure that I have my fly line in between the rod and my finger here, because then when I set the hook, I'll lock it in place as well as strip at the same time, and that tends to get more consistent hookups, at least for yours truly. All right, let's see if we can get Mr. Fishy to strike again. Okay, there must be some bedded ones out here, maybe, or maybe they're just cruising the shallows. Let's see if we can coax another one to strike. I am surprised I haven't seen any bass yet. Tend to get a mix of good some bass and bluegill here. And here it's morning, about a little 10 past 8 here in... There he goes. Oh, I saw him come up right behind it. Nice. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right there. All right, he just kind of gulped it. Look at that. Nice. Oh. Come on. All right, let me go and check the chat right here and just see if we've got any folks joining and maybe have any questions. If yeah, normally I broadcast or rebroadcast from when I get back to the casa, and when I'm streaming from my action camera, so I just record it and then I rebroadcast it later, but that requires a little extra work and rendering the video versus just go ahead and doing like so. In fact, ooh, shoot, I need to remember to start the recording. Start recording. There we go. Woo! good thing I did that. I think if I don't do that, it'll shut down on me. And the gear I'm using, the DJI Action Camera, Osmo Action 4. And I normally would use the little DJI Mic Mini as a microphone for it. It's a wireless, there's a hit, as a wireless microphone. But what I notice when I'm streaming like this and I'm going from my hotspot on my phone into YouTube, I'm having to adjust or at least turn that microphone off or not use it, because I get this crackly sound, and I think it's just some of the interference coming from the signal. Okay, so I had that one come up right behind it. Okay, starting to get into some a better angle in the water where I can kind of see the fly itself. The way the water and the reflection of the sky on the water, I'm not getting a good view from this direction until it gets right in front of me. So here I'm really just keying off those swirls as well as my line. Okay, let's go this way. And since I'm fishing it just under the surface, I'm able to track the fly fairly easily. But if I do lose track of the fly, I'll start looking at the end of my fly line as my indicator. And from a leader standpoint, I'm using about an 8-foot leader. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, he came at it good. There's another one. That one said, I'll hit that. Oh, I pulled that one out. Geez, he was coming right at it, and I got ready to recast again. See if he'll come back at it again. Wow, I think there's 2 of them that were right there. Let's see if I can get him to hit again. Come on, come on, come up behind it. I'll do these little short, there he goes. Oh yeah, that one I just saw the fly disappear. Okay, and they tend to be hitting it, it looks like, as it's hesitating or as it's dropping. Oh, look at this. This guy wants to be feisty today. We got a feisty one. Alright, so far it's been bluegill. No bass yet, but it's been bluegill. And again, just to reiterate where I'm at, I'm here in the city of Allen, Texas, just north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in North Texas. And I call this the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. Normally I think it's called Eagle Nest Pond or something. It's a city pond, but I go by right there. That is In-N-Out Burger. Easier to reference when you're talking food, you know. All right, let's keep going. Let's see if we get more Mr. Blue Gale to play. Okay, just a little shake, shake, shake Sonora here. A little shake, shake, shake. Let's see if we'll get him to hit. Come on, Mr. Fishy. That last 2 hit it as it paused, so let's pop it out again and see. Do that again. A little shake, shake, shake. Okay, no takers there. Let's go back out again. All right, and bottom line, I'm pretty much fishing about 15 feet of the pond itself, really just kind of staying in this zone, transition zone from shallow to deeper water, and just kind of seeing what'll bite. Okay, I think I did a video where I got one of those Martin fly rods off of Amazon, and I locked in the fly line so it was, there we go. Oh, I came right behind it. Big guy. Yeah, and it was basically a 8-foot leader and 8-foot rod and 8 foot of line, so basically 24 feet. And I caught everything without taking out any more line. And it was just mainly to show that you don't really need to cast far to fish one of these ponds. Most of your stuff's going to be pretty close to the bank. All right. Okay. That guy came out of nowhere right here. Nice sized blue gale. Let's see if his buddy's there. Okay. Let's pop it out again. Okay. And I'm one of these ones who tend to fish off the line. I kind of just let things drag down below here, and I don't really fight something on the reel. But if I'm ready to, or if there's something bigger, I will take up line and start fighting it with the drag. The Echo Ion has a pretty good drag, but a lot of my other fly reels are the old style click and pawl drag, which is really just meant to keep the reel from overrunning on you. And I even have some that don't have or that you can't even grab the rim of the rod. It's actually one of the old school click pawl drags or fly reels, those narrow spooled ones. And that one is all just really just fighting them on the line. Okay. Because for the most part, especially fishing here, your fly reel is really a line holder. Oh, nice. That's a bass. That's a bass. I think. Yeah, it's a bass. Okay. Yeah, so your reel is pretty much a line holder for the most part. Very rarely do I have to fight them on the drag. Usually if I'm fishing for those larger striped bass over there at the tail race here at Denison Dam, that's when I'll have to fight them as well as some of the bigger catfish that I've caught, and carp as well as bass. Yeah, okay. At that point I'll be fighting them on the reel using the drag itself. But yeah, not very often. Excuse me, sorry. Alright, I gotta undo this line here. I got it all wrapped. Alright, let me fix that. Alright, so I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun, you know. Getting my daily fix of the tug. Tug is the drug, and yeah, I need to get my fishing fix. Oh man, I'm stuck on the dealie here. Let me pull it out. Okay. Alright, let me clear this. I got a little tangle. Like I said, I'm not very good at this line management when it comes to fly fishing. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I got it flipped over. Jeez. Come on, Smalls. Getting gear. Alright, and you can see the knots in my leader. Those are I make a DIY leaders instead of buying the tapered ones that kind of cost you after a while. Okay, let me just get it untangled. And I am surprised how many fish I've caught over the years just using this little crackleback. Okay, and that was done on the fly one time while I was out. Still got it tangled, sorry. While I was out fishing, I noticed the bass were just feeding on some reddish dragonfly-ish looking thing, reddish brownish dragonfly looking thing, flying about in the air. And next thing I know, I actually saw one just hit one as it was landing near the surface of the water. And so I went ahead and rigged up one of these guys, crackleback, because that was the closest thing to looking like a dragonfly. And sure enough, I was able to hook up. Alright, let's get back in the game. It's blue golly and one bass so far. Okay. And again, everything has been fairly close to shore. Okay. And I'm just doing this little twitch motion here. I will come back behind me just in case, you know. Check my six, make sure I might have a little fishy kind of coming back, trying to sneak up on me. Gotta give him some loving too here. Let's go back out that way. There were some earlier ones lurking about that way. Okay. Come on, Mr. Pescado, talk to me. All right. Yeah, earlier, I'd say about a month ago, this whole section right here was just clobbered with that algae greenery stuff. It looks like it's cleared up a little bit, but yeah, you could not fish it with spinning, ultralight gear, etc. You had to pretty much go with something that floated on top. Oh, right there. Nice strike. Yeah, something that floated on top. Foam spiders and whatnot. Okay, nice bass. Little bass. Little bassalito. Talk to me. Come on, right here. All right. Okay. Right there. Yeah. Bass on the fly. Me likes. Okay, let's see if we can pop another one. Okay. All right, I'm coming up on some structure, more vegetation, so maybe we might get more of these guys lurking over here. That was a bass. He came up right behind it, and oh yeah. And one of the other things that when I'm fishing, especially this particular fly, is no soft presentation. I let that thing slap the water. All right, and I've done that with foam grasshoppers and Betts brim getters, as well as other top water stuff. There's no finessing it. It's like, let that slap the water, because what I notice is it's like a dinner bell to them. They'll just run up, bass, bluegill, and just say, hey, what was that hitting the water? These guys are not too concerned or spooky when it comes to something that's landing on the surface in these city ponds. Well, in this case, suburban pond. All right, come on. Let's see if Mr. Bass still wants to play. And again, I'm standing off about a rod length away. Now, let's see how big is this rod. 7.5 feet. So about 7.5 feet. Standing off, not trying to come up on them, because yeah, they're not spooky when it comes to your fly, but they definitely are spooky when you walk right up to them. Okay. All right. So that stretch back there had some nice bluegill. Okay, over here I got some of these little floating greenery, so I'm just gonna try dropping the fly in the gaps and just kind of pop it in there and see if I can get something to take. There's a nice opening. All right, let's see if Mr. Blue Gully or Mr. Bass is lurking there. All right, okay, I see another opening here. Let's pop it right in there. Okay, no takers. Come on, no takers. All right, it's all right. We're here. We still got a good ways to go in the pond. All right. Okay. I'm gonna bring it in close, because sometimes they are lurking really close to shore. I've had them hit at this one pond with using ultralight bait casting gear, and I had several just hit pretty much close to the end of my rod tip. I mean, right at rod tip almost. And I got it on video a couple times. Okay. Oh, that one he just sipped at it. Oh, geez. Couldn't tell what it was. It either was little bass or another bluegill. He just came up right behind it. I saw it, his shadow. Didn't hit it hard. He was just kind of, I guess, toying with my feelings. All right, we'll just kind of work the area still. Maybe he's still there. And let's go a little bit past it. See if maybe I can get his interest again. He was just right here. Let's see. Where'd you go? No go there? All right, we'll go over here then. Okay. Keeping it shallow, keeping it basically parallel. There's one chasing it. Keeping it parallel to the bank, if not at an acute angle. Not really fishing way out there, but when I do see an opportunity, like right here, there's a break in the vegetation, I'll cast it a little bit further out and see. I'm just kind of doing this little shaky shake motion here, a little jiggy jiggy. See if we can get jiggy with that. All right. Okay, let's do these short pulls, see if Mr. Bassalito wants to play. Okay. Nope, nothing there. Let's go back out. All right. I'm sensing fishness here. Come on. Let's let that one sit. Okay. All right, let's take it over here. Okay. All right, so we fished this stretch here and found a couple of spots where they were hitting. And then it kind of slowed on yours truly, but hey, who knows? we'll just keep working it. All right, let's go check our 6. Let's take it back here and do these short pulls. Let me go and adjust my line so I can get it more parallel to the bank. Okay, just kind of shake. All right, here, let me check the chat, see if anyone else is on. Bear with me. All right, hope you guys are having fun. I certainly am. Definitely love doing these live streams and getting out here and just showing you. Hey, you can fish. You can fish for these guys. All right, let's go try it again here. Little fly fishing. I also do some ultralight bait casting. I did a kayak fishing one also, and I looked into that one where I got into some white bass as they were boiling on the surface, basically fishing the schools as they were feeding on shad. That certainly is fun. I like doing that, as well as over there at Lake Texoma, just on the Texas-Oklahoma border here. That's basically less than an hour away for yours truly. Yeah, that's a fun one too, when you're out there chasing the striped bass as they're feeding, boiling on the surface. That is awesome. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, let's see what we can do with Mr. Fishies here at the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. Okay, getting to more of a shallower section of the pond. Okay, I can definitely see my fly. I can see my shadow. I'm gonna stand back a little bit. Let's get away from that. Okay, let's see. Oh, nice big hit. What was that? Mr. Blue Gale. Gale. Love that strike. I get your blood pumping, you know. Vicious strike, man. Love it. Oh man, he just got me all wet. All right, let's get this guy off, and then we'll get him back in the water so we can continue fishing and get more of his buddies. Right there. And right there. That's what I'm using. Okay. It is fun. Fun is fun. Oh, I gotta pop this out, get the fly out of, or the fly line out of the rod guides. Okay, let's keep going. Here, I'm just kind of fish this open area where it's sunny. I just want to see if maybe I can catch a glimpse of maybe something kind of lurking there. All right, let's pop it out a little bit more. That guy hit it pretty shallow, about maybe a rod length away from the shore. Okay, all right, let's pop it out this way. All right, let's see if his buddy's here. And I've been working it with this shake motion, or jiggy right there, and that seems to be working. All right, little jiggy. Oh, recast that. Recast that. I think I got some junk on this one. Yeah, some junk in the trunk. Let's clear that. The greenery. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what happened. I got it on the knot. Okay, got some greenery. Oh, look over there. Something cutting fast through the water right now. I don't see it. Something was moving. Something chasing something. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's flip it over. All right, let's see if we can coax another one of these guys to strike. See if it's bluegill or bass. That's what we're targeting today. Bluegill or bass. All right, and just kind of working it in. Yeah, earlier in the year, these guys were on their beds and had some really nice strikes and catches on these guys. Okay, I'm gonna fish further out here because this section right here is shallow, so it's almost like fishing the shoreline where they may be lurking. Okay, this is maybe like, I'd say a couple of feet deep. Not very deep, more sedimenty than deep. Okay, and we'll just keep working in this manner, the little jiggy motion. All right there, as well as some short pulls. So jiggy, 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 jiggy. All right, let's see if another one of these blue golly I want to play. Okay, coming up. All right, let's do it again. Okay, let's kind of wait a little bit on this, see if he'll pop it. Nope. Let's go further out. Okay, jiggy, 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 jiggy. Come on. Let's pause it real quick. Let's go back out. So we're working the shadowy section. Then we're going to end up on the other side, so it's going to be sunny there. And we'll see how maybe the sunny side is. Okay, sunny side up. What do we got? Come on. Let's bring it in closer. Right there. I'm going to walk back a little bit. Alright. No takers there. Let's get it past that. Okay. Interesting. It's like got a little dry zone here, it looks like. Where'd these guys go? There we go. I missed that one. Came up right behind it. I should have had that. Let's see if he'll come back and hit it. Short pause. Let's see. No. Let's go back out again. Okay. Let's do a little short pause. See if he'll strike it. Look like another bluegill going for it. Okay. Something moving out there. Let's go try. Just saw some movement. So where there's activity, you got to cast to it. Okay. Oh yeah, there's something else moving out there. Not really seeing. Oh, I see something over here moving. Let's see if he'll chase it. No. Denied. Okay. I'll do these short pulls here. See if they'll hit on the pause. Okay. Oh, shoot. Got some greenery on that one. Yeah, the other day I made a damselfly, and oh man, after I had a bass look at it and didn't get them, and then about the second, third cast, bang, I end up hooking to something submerged, and I end up breaking off. So made that fly, and I only got to use it three times before I broke off. What a bummer there, because I was expecting a good chance at some bass in that particular pond. Excuse me. Okay, we're getting to the end of the pond here. Definite shallow section. And oh, there's a hit. Oh, shoot. That one hit it hard. Come on, come back. And you notice how hard he hit it? And I slapped the water with that fly. As soon as it hit the water, bang. He was wanting it. So it's like a dinner bell to them, you know. So nothing finessey about this. It's like, get it in there. Give them what they want. If they want that fly, take it. Oh, okay, look at that dragonfly over there moving about. Sometimes, I think I've done it before where I'm fishing a pond and I see a bunch of those little smaller size dragonfly, and I'll see some movement underneath them, and that's where I'll cast this little crackleback, and sure enough I'll be able to get one to take. Okay, I think someone had mentioned, oh, it'd be cool if you can get them to hit as it's going through the air. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That would be cool. You'd be just flopping around doing this, and then bang, one hits it before it even hits the water. That definitely would be fly fishing in the air. On the air, in the air, fly fishing. Fun stuff. All right, let's see if we can break this hiatus. Let's break in the action and see if we can get them to hit. Okay. Here I'm just kind of working between the greenery, coming up on a shallow section here, so I'm gonna pop it right in there too. I'm gonna let it float. Okay, let's pop it out again. Let it sit. Pop it out again. That one's gonna sink on me. I slapped the water good on that. Here comes the sun. Okay. All right, right there on the edge. Pop it again. And we'll just start working the sunny side. Let's see what happens. Definitely have a better angle of the fly in the water here, and I can see something trailing behind it compared to the reflections I was getting on the other side. So might be able to see the fish before he strikes. Okay. All right, Mr. Fishy, talk to me. I'm giving you a good presentation here. It's obvious you must strike this fly, this tender morsel. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, getting a little punchy here. The tug is not happening here. I need to get that fix here. Come on, come on, come on. Working it. All right, let's go further out. Just out that one point over there, they tend to be a little bit deeper in the water. There's a fish attractant that was put when they first built the pond, and it kind of moves. Sometimes it's further in, sometimes it's closer to the point, changes. This year it's more down right there, about midway. All right, let's see. All right, and then before we get to this section here, there's a culvert that holds water, or a little hole and a culvert. And before you go onto the point and start fishing, you definitely want to drop a fly or lure in there, because a lot of times there's something lurking right in that culvert, if not in this little hole like deal. So I'll just kind of walk up to it and cast from out here, because you will definitely spook them. Okay, so just dropped it right there. Let's pop it up. All right, let's take it right here. There we go. Let's see if one's lurking here. I got some junk on it. Okay, let's go back. Got it right over the culvert right now. Earlier there was a bass here that was on its bed, but right now I'm not seeing anything. All right, well, we cleared it. Well, let's go back over here, right at the opening. Sometimes there's one lurking right at the opening. Now I hooked on to something good. I better walk up on it. All right, I'm walking up on it. I don't see any fishies lurking down below. Oh wow, I got this one good. All right, I don't want to lose my fly, so I'm gonna reach down here and see if I can get some of this vegetation off and get it up loose. There we go. Yeah, the culvert is right there at the tail end of my rod, and what do you call it? Oh, it's still stuck. Okay. Oh, I just spooked something. Sure enough, there was something there. Holy cow. Alright, that's the way it goes. I gotta get my fly out here. Okay. Yeah, he was in the culvert itself. And let's see, I'll just pop it in there just in case. Might as well check. Maybe he's willing to strike still. Come on, are you there? Nope. Alright, let's go back here. Let's see if something's here in the shallow area. Alright, take it past this greenery. Tough to see in this direction because of the sun, but what I'm doing is I'm kind of working this little fly along some of the greenery that's growing up here. I don't know what they're called. Little lily pad looking things, but not really lily pads. Got a smaller leaf compared to a lily pad. Alright, come on. Where are your buddies? Looks like everything was more on the shadowy side versus the sunny side. Okay. Let's pop it out that way. Okay. I'm gonna stick with these short pulls for now. Just kind of drag it slow. Okay. Okay. All right, let me go and check the chat. All right. Fun stuff, man. Pond behind In-N-Out Burger. All right. Bear with me. Let me go and just gonna check see how everything's going. Looks like, okay, well, yeah, it looks like we got stuff going. Cool beans. All right, let's keep going. Let's see if Mr. Pescado wants to play some more. We'll go work our way across. Before I go, I'm gonna pop it over here by some of this greenery and see if I can get one to come back up. All right, let me go back to this culvert. I spooked one here. Maybe he's still here again. All right. Okay. Got some wind right now, so let me go back around. All right. Yeah, we're doing a little quick trip. Probably fish about an hour or so, and then I got to do my little honeydews. In this case, got to mow the grass and do some weed eating. And later on, it's chilling and grilling. Doing a little backyard grilling, and may even fire up the fire pit. Got a bunch of wood I need to burn. Good excuse to kick it in, you know. All right, this is a little bit deeper here, but on occasion you can get these guys to hit. I'm fishing shallow right now though, so upper part of the water column, so maybe a little bit tough to get those guys that are lurking further down. Okay, a streamer usually oh, I don't know, maybe like a woolly bugger works really good. Okay, here I've had them where they did come up on the surface when they were in that mode, but looks like today they want to stay further down, at least on the sunny side. Okay, let's go work this end. Most of our hits again have been just off the shore, off the bank, and on the sunny side of the pond, that side over there. All right, some bass, some bluegill, and let's just see if maybe something else is lurking over here. Okay. I'm gonna start working it shallow, working ahead of me, so first thing they see is my fly and not me. Okay. And let's see, let's go a little bit further out here. I'm trying to work it into this one gap between the greenery. Okay. Let's let the wind take that one and help us. Let's go right, no, right there, right in the gap. No, there's nobody there. Nobody home today. Here's where I was catching a bunch of these bass that were lurking on their beds earlier this year. But it looks like things have kind of moved on, and maybe, moved on, and they're somewhere else now. Okay. All right, let's see. This is the crackleback, fishing it shallow. I may switch over to another fly and put an indicator on, and maybe they're a little bit deeper, but I kind of just want to just check the area, make sure I got the bank all checked out, see if anything lurked. There's a hit. Oh, jeez. Came up right behind it. Another bluegill. Swiped it. Got a glimpse of him too. Looked like another one of those nice ones. All right, let's see if he'll come back. No, denied me. Holy cow. Denied. He was toiling with my feelings. All right, well, let's go get a different one. See how it is. Let's see how it is. All right. All right, Saturday, June 14th, here in the city of Allen, working a suburban pond called the Pond Behind, guess what? In-N-Out Burger. It's our In-N-Out Burger that we have here. Okay. All right. There is a water burger down. Oh, there we go. That's a bass. Yeah, there is a water burger just up the road too. So, oh, look at this. Ah, broke me off. Ah, denied me big time. He broke me off. Jeez. Let's see. Yeah, he broke me off. Good. All right. Okay, well, shoot. That's what happens. I think I'm using that 4-pound test line, and he was a little bit bigger than those other guys. All right, what do I got for flies left? Ooh, shoot. I don't have any more of the crackleback. Let's see. I have some near deer. Yeah. All right. Let's go with this one. And this one, I can probably fish it under an indicator in that deeper area. I'll give that a try here in a moment. All right. So let me clear the little jiggy. This is a 1/80th ounce jig fly hook. I think there's another one that I tie that's a 1/24 ounce, and pretty much just forego putting that lead wire wrap on it and just use this little jiggy deal, jig fly hook, and it works fine. Caught many a trout with this thing during the trout stocking season, right there. Okay. And sure is fun. All right, here I may have to fish it faster though, because it's going to be sinking on me. And then when I do put the indicator, then I could probably slow it down and kind of work it about maybe 3 foot under the surface and see where that takes it. Okay, so let's see. It's got it. All right, let me get this retied. And we're going to go with the Mardi Gras near deer. I call it the Mardi Gras near deer because one day I was at the fly shop and I saw this tinsel thing with a Mardi Gras style coloring, and I remember seeing that when I went to Mardi Gras. That color seemed to be the norm, or one of the standard colors to use. So okay, let's get back into business. All right, this one definitely rides lower, but luckily it's light enough that I can still work it to keep it within the money zone where these guys may be, and it does a nice splash, so it does attract them. So don't really concern myself with spooking these guys with the presentation, because bottom line, they'll hit that. They're not picky. That little hit on the surface is an attractant to them. It's not like some of your wary trout and maybe fishing the flats on the coast for some redfish and whatnot and specks. They may get a little spooky, but here, bluegill, bass, more of a dinner bell to them. Okay, all right, just dropping it over here on the edge. Okay, do a little jiggy motion. All right, let me work this area here. It kind of slopes like so and then dips. And there's a vegetation line that sometimes they're lurking in that area. So let's see if we can coax one to hit amongst the vegetation line. All right, pop it right there. Okay. And for those that just joined, I'm using a 7.5 foot Cabelas 3 forks 3-weight rod and an Echo Ion 2 3-weight reel. And I don't know if Cabelas still even offers this particular rod anymore. Ever since they merged with Bass Pro Shops, I'm not sure what they have now. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink slowly here. Here it's a little bit deeper. I may switch over to the indicator now while I have the opportunity. Okay. Of course, I don't know if I brought any indicators. Holy cow. Let me check. Whoo! Did I leave them in the fly box? I got the thingamabobber one. Let's see. Let's check if it's... here we go. I think it's in this thing. My little Altoids deal. No. Oh man, I may have to go use the thingamabobber style. Yeah. Alright, thingamabobber it is. So the one I normally use is... oh, there it is. This is the one I normally use. Cork strike indicator. It's made out of cork and an O-ring and doesn't slip. and it's the one I typically use. There's some other ones I've used, the Airlock, the Oros. Those are all good. I like them too. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just keep coming back to this guy. All right, let's go. Let's set it about 3 foot, 3.5 foot deep. And I'm gonna cast it further out and see if I can coax one of the, maybe some of these bluegill that are lurking in the deeper water. And just going by memory, I just remember catching some bluegill out off this particular spot, just further out. So let's see if that's the case still. All right, just pop it out there. And here, when you're fishing a strike indicator, it's basically just cast it out, let it sit, and do a little twitch here and there. Okay. Give it a little twitch. There is a culvert here to my left that I want to try dropping this fly into, just in case. Okay. So let's go pop it over there real quick. See if I can get them to hit right over there. Okay. Let's try it again. Just a little bit further than I want from the culvert, but I'm gonna let it coast in a little bit. Just kind of do these little short pulls on the line, just to give it a little jiggy motion, more of an attractant to get their attention. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pop it right in there. Okay, got it right there. Okay. Let's see if something's gonna pop it. It's kind of it's just kind of setting right at the entrance of the culvert. The wind is really, and the waves coming from that wind is really giving it the action at this point. Okay, let's see. Come on, are you gonna hit it or not? No? Sometimes you'll get that bruiser bass just sitting there lurking right there at the culvert. And there's a culvert that sticks out here a few feet, and I'm working the entrance of it, just kind of letting the fly drift into the spot. And basically a slow presentation. Okay. And we'll just see if maybe something's lurking there. I used to take Senkos out here, and usually would catch 1 or 2 decent ones right out of this spot with those Senkos. Okay. A little shaky shake motion there. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. This is right at the mouth of the culvert. Okay. Let's do a little shake. Little shake, Sonora here. Come on. Talk to me. Let's see if you'll hit it. Is there a bruiser down there or not? Or is it going to be a denied motion for yours truly? I'm starting to see some movement on the fly, or on the indicator. All right, let's go cast it out. Let's see if they're lurking further out now. Okay, here I'm just going to let the wind bring it in, and I'll just do these little short, lift my rod like so, and just kind of give it a little twitch. See if I can locate some of these bigger guys that might be hanging out there. Okay. All right. Okay. Nothing there yet. All right, let's pop it out further again. All right. Let's see if we can get one to hit. Fishing it slow on an indicator. Most of our hits have been pretty close to shore, and it was on that crackleback, fishing it just a few inches below the surface. Bluegill and bass. Now I'm switched over to a streamer. Mardi Gras near deer is what I call it. Oh shoot, I got hooked onto some stuff. Okay. And now I'm kind of fishing the deeper water, about 3 foot, 3.5 foot under the indicator, seeing if I can locate some of these guys that may be a little bit deeper. Let's see. Okay, let's pop it out. Okay, work our way over. Okay, gonna take it back out again. A little bit further out. Let's just see. Just doing like we did earlier, we were working the shallows on the bank line, where I just take a few steps left and right, or left in this case, and recast, and just kind of keep doing this until I locate them. Okay. Come on, come on. All right, let's pop this one further out. Okay. See if maybe there's a bigger one out there lurking. Okay. And yeah, fishing a strike indicator. I think some people call it bobber fishing as well, because it's basically that's what it is, a bobber. All right. But the main thing that you want to do when you're fly fishing is, if you're using a strike indicator, is go with the smallest size strike indicator that will still keep your fly at the depth you want. I've seen a lot of times where guys are coming with these huge strike indicators, and I mean, half the battle when you're fishing that is you barely can tell that anything even hit it, because it's so big. That little soft take on it, you're not going to see that strike, because sometimes it's just a hesitation or a little slight wiggle in the indicator, and that's your telltale to set the hook. Of course, when in doubt, you know, got to go with that rule of thumb. When in doubt, set the hook. Okay. Off to my left, we'll be coming up on the other fish attractant that they put here. But I think there's a lot of greenery around it, so it may be a little tough to fish that particular fish attractant spot. Okay. Let's see what we can get that's a little bit further out with the indicator. All right. Come on, Mr. Fishy. Okay. Are you there? So we fished this entire pond pretty much, and mainly just fishing it close to shore. A lot of the action was there versus out here. But right now I want to try a little bit deeper water just to see. And then if that don't work, I may switch out to another fly. And then at that point, I think we'll call it, so I can get back and do my honeydews and get the lawn done and weed eating done. All right, got some nice clear open water here. Almost feels like I should be using a different fly, maybe. You know, I'm gonna take the indicator off. We'll fish this one normal without an indicator, and try doing some twitchy moves. Let's see, are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. All right, cool. Okay, take the indicator off. Indicator is off. We're gonna fish it without an indicator, and I probably will go with some of these short pull retrieves or something to give the little jiggy motion that I was doing earlier. But since I'll be casting out a little bit further, I'll be using my fly line, or pulling on the fly line more to do that. So like this, and I'll let it sink, and then I'll just kind of do this number here. Okay, and here I'm just watching the end of my fly line for the take. Okay, all right, so that's my strike indicator. If I do see the fly, I'll track a strike there by watching my fly, but since I can't, I don't see it. It's the end of my fly rod that is my strike indicator now, because very rarely do I feel the strike itself by holding the pole. Instead, it's a visual that I see when I'm fly fishing, at least. Okay. Sometimes it'll be by feel, but for the most part, you're going to see an indication of a strike based on your fly line first, before you actually feel the strike. Unless he really hits it. If he really hits it, then bang, swipe away, you know. Okay, coming up on the fish attractant. Let's see what happens. Little fishy attractant. Okay. Alright, let's work a little faster here, see if maybe something was over here kind of wanting to play. Wow. Normally this side gets some pretty decent hits. Okay, let's pop it over here. Okay. Alright. Let's pop it out. I'm gonna let it sink a little, and then I'm gonna kind of let it do its thing. See if I can get one to strike here. Watch the end of the fly line. That's my indicator. Okay. Let's go work it over here. Alright. Alright, let's go work the hump. Right in here. Alright, let's go right into the culvert. There's a nice hole or culvert here. Sometimes they'll be lurking in there. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well. Alright, let's pop it over. Let's go back to where we saw those bluegill. See if we can replicate what we were doing using a different fly. So earlier was the crackleback, and now I'm going to go back to a spot and I'm going to try this Mardi Gras near deer. Right there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, right there. And I'm trying to remember, it's about midway down the pond, right in the shadowy area. I think I got a few nice ones there, as well as lost a few. We'll just kind of work our way down and see if we can find one lurking below. Oh yeah, nice and cool here. Nice breeze too. Okay, let's try right here. Nice breeze, liking it. Alright, let's see what we can catch here. See if Mr. Blue Golly is still here, or maybe his buddy bass. Okay, and I'm going to be fishing a little bit faster than I was earlier, mainly because I'm using this streamer that has some weight on it compared to the crackleback that did not have any weight on it. I think that's going a little bit too fast too. Need a maybe I should switch back to a more floaty line or fly, because this one is just going way too fast, meaning it's sinking too quickly. Yeah, alright, let's find something else. I need something that doesn't sink as quickly. Now let me check what the battery is. Oh, yeah, we still got some decent battery. Okay, we'll keep going for a little bit more. You know what I should do is I should tie some more of those cracklebacks and keep some extra ones in the fly box, instead of living dangerously, Austin Powers style, you know, coming out and just gonna bring this one fly, that's all I need. Break off, and next thing you know, you have no fly. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute, right there. Look at that. I got another crackleback. Well, look at that. Had another crackleback. I should have checked more closely. Okay, and again, it's on that size 10 streamer hook. Got an olive thread, and then a olive saddle hackle or neck hackle. It's the hackle that's really long versus the smaller one that you use for dry flies and streamers. And when I mean long, see how bushy it is. Okay, and this one, again, you fish it wet, you fish it dry. I tend to fish it wet, and when it does get wet, it takes on a more bait fish look versus a dragonfly look. I think that's why they strike this thing, is it does look sort of dragonfly-ish, or at least buggish when it's sitting on the surface. But as it cuts through the water, I think yeah, that little minnow looking look gets them going. All right, let's see if we can locate these bluegill again that were lurking below. Okay, alright, let's pop it this way just in case. Maybe they were back here. I don't know, I think they were further down. Come on, come on, come on, talk to me. Alright. I may have put some floating on this because I'm noticing this thing is actually setting pretty good on the surface. Okay, no takers there. Let's go further out. Let's see if we get one more. One more. Just to see if we can locate them. Okay. And here I am standing about 7.5 foot from the water's edge, casting more to, oh, big splash, more to my left, going from right to left, and just kind of working my way along, looking for Mr. Blue Golly lurking below, hopefully. And earlier I located some of them kind of in these shadowy areas. I just don't remember how far down I went before I located them. But we'll locate them. We'll just kind of keep working our way over. Alright, and just kind of methodically work our way along the bank. See if Mr. Bluegill still wants to play today, or is it a little bit late in the day now? It's, what is it, about 9? We started about 8. That maybe they're full now and they don't want to play. They've gone to take a nap, maybe. I don't know. I don't ever remember these guys ever taking naps. All right. Come on, where'd you guys go? Where did you guys go? You guys were here earlier. Okay. Maybe over here. Looking for that telltale. Let's see the swipe. Let's see the swipe. Come on. No. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. That one swiped it and I missed him. Okay. I'll just kind of do these short jiggy motion again. Came up right behind it and popped it. Okay, let's see if I can get it to do it again. Looked like a bluegill. All right, so I guess they were further down on along the pond. Okay, let's see, one more to close it out. Let's go. Come on, Mr. Bluegill, swipe it. Okay, let's go further out. Come on. No, let's go back this way. Came up right behind it and popped it. Action was pretty good here earlier. Wind is starting to kick up though, I'm noticing. Okay. Bottom line, I'm coming up with excuses as to why they're not biting. Yeah. Come up with all kinds of excuses. Alright, let's see. Okay, no takers there. Let's come over here. Nope, not getting any takers there either. Where did that one guy go? Alright, let's pop it out a little bit further. See if there's one lurking over here. Oh man, where did these guys go? I was tearing them up early over here. Come on, right there. Maybe it was a Lone Wolf McQuaid. Let's go further out. Let's go a little bit further down. I think I got a bass here last time. Where'd they go? Come on. Okay. Geez, what a difference a few minutes make, or 30 minutes make. Yeah, this somewhere along here is where I was getting those consistent hits, and now I've only had one strike at it. I guess maybe if they're kind of working the pond and doing a circular move around the pond versus kind of staying in one spot. That might be it. All right, let's Keep popping it here. Let me go back this way. Looking for that telltale. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh yeah, come on. Where'd you go? Alright. It's always tough. The last fish you want to catch for the stream seems to be the hardest one to catch. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's take it over here a little bit further, just along the little weed line, greenery line. See if I can coax one to strike. Where are they? Where are you? Okay, just taking it off to my left again. Again, just that little jiggy motion. Alright, let's go back here. We'll go back this way. I'm positive there's more over here. Okay. Alright, we'll just kind of just go in this direction and just keep popping it. There we go, right there. Alright, that one was a little shallow. That one's a bass. Yeah, it's a bass. Alright. Looks like crackleback is the key. Alright, so yeah, the crackleback seemed to do better than that near deer, mainly because crackleback has got no weight. Okay? There was dropped it. Crackleback has no weight on it. It's just basically the hook itself and then this dealie. Oh, it looks like you've been caught before too. Alright. So it's no weight and it sinks, just slowly sinks below the surface, and you can work the edge really nicely, just like so. Okay. And what I noticed is fishing that near deer, that just sank way too quickly to keep it in the money zone. Alright, so now I'm just going to work my way back and then we'll call it, because hey, I caught a fish. And I said I was going to end the stream after this last one, but I tend to lie when it comes to fishing, you know. It's how I you know, last cast, last fish could be an hour later. Anyhow, yeah, we'll just kind of work our way back and then we'll call it. Okay, maybe there's another bass out here just kind of lurking here in the shadows, and got to walk back that direction anyways, you know. So yeah, might as well fish while I walk back, you know. Don't want to waste any opportunity. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Oh, came up right behind it. Another bass came up right behind it and stopped. Oh, come on, do it again. Okay, come on, come right behind it again. Holy cow. Okay, they're here. Came up right behind it. It came up and then stopped and then turned away. Got a good view of them, about the same size as that last one. Okay, but hey, that counts. They are sure fun. Surefire fun. There's a hit. That's a bluegill. Yeah, that's a bluegill. Okay. You notice how far it is off the shore? About, a rod length. In this case, 7.5 foot. Okay. So, don't need to cast far to fly fish. You just gotta cast where the fish are. And bottom line, the fish are not very far from the bank. Okay. Alright, it's funny, I came back, or I passed by this area earlier and I didn't get any hits. And then now I'm coming back and got me a onesie-twosie going here. Alright, let's see. Let's go back out this way. Alright, we're getting almost to the end, and at that point we'll call the stream. Here I can see my fly in the water, as well as I'm watching the end of my fly line when I don't see it. And definitely helps having polarized glasses as I watch the stream. Okay, come on. See if there's another guy gonna take it. Alright. clear my line. All right, there we go. And I'm mainly targeting the area that's closer to the bank. Okay. All right, I see the fly. Let's pop it over. See if Mr. Blue Gale or Mr. Bass still want to play. All right, let's take it this way. All right, back out again. Okay. Let's see if there's another bluegill or bass lurking below. This one's about a few feet off the bank. Yeah, a few feet off the bank, and he hit it. That was less than a rod length. I'd say more like, oh, maybe 3 foot. Yeah. Look at that. And he's put a good bend in the rod. All right, let's see if I can get him in. Little 3-weight fly rod. Okay. Little 3-weight. Got him on the jaw. That's where you want him when you're using these. That's where you want them when you're using these flies, because you can definitely hook them right here inside, and it's going to rub against the line here, and bang, he's going to break off on you. You don't have long to fight him if you got him on the line. If he's a big guy, I've lost many a big one that way, where he took it good, and sure enough, I fought him for way too long. I wasn't able to bring him in fast enough, and ended up snapping the line on me. And that's usually when they get hooked deeper in, will take the whole fly in their mouths. If I get them on the jaw, I got a good fighting chance of bringing them in, even on a light line like this. But if I'm getting some other hits and they're taking the fly pretty deep, then you want to go with a definite bigger, more tougher, I guess, stronger tippet. Maybe some 5, 6 pound. Yeah. For stripers, when I go out on Denison Dam, I'll use 17-pound mono. That's my tippet. So it'll be 30 pound, 17 pound. It's a two-staged leader, versus here it's a 3. I use the one I'm using right now is 3 sections. So it's got a butt section, mid section, and a tippet section. Okay, butt section 30 pound mono, mid section anywhere between 15 to 12 pound tests, and then the tippet anywhere between 6 and 2 pound test. And they're all tied together with knots, with a blood knot, aka barrel knot. And then when I'm fishing for stripers, I'll go with 30 pound mono as the butt section, and then a longer midsection / tippet section of 17 pound test. And yeah, not had any break-offs in that manner with that setup. Okay. Come on. Let's see if Mr. Bassett wants to play still. Alright, let's just check our 6, and then we're going to call it here. Just in case. We'll just kind of do the little jiggy motion again. Yeah, we were able to eke out 3 more before calling it. Yeah, tug is the drug. I'm glad you guys were able to join me today and see me get my fix. My fishing fix. Tug is the drug. And I got my fix today. Only last a few hours though, and then I'll start having more of the withdrawals again. Wind is cutting it where I don't want it, that direction. Okay. All right, let's pop it out. Pop it out there. Okay. Let's see if we can get another one, coax another one to strike. I gotta get my honeydews done today. Mow the grass, weed eat, and then we're gonna be chilling and grilling, having a little chill time on a Saturday here in great state of Texas. All right, I think that's it. Let me go ahead and flip the screen here. And this may be a little bit tough to reset this, but here. Got to remember now, with the end of stream, I think I have to end it from both apps. And so bear with me. I'm gonna see if I can close it out in that manner here. Alright, but anyways, I was hoping that the chat feature was working in this, but I'm not sure if it was. So that said, let's see if I can get better. Right here, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that said, I'm hoping that, you guys had a good time. I certainly did. Over here at the pond behind In-N-Out Burger, right here. Gear I was using again was the Echo Ion 2.3 weight. 2.3 weight. God dang, I gotta get in the sun. There we go. 2.3 weight right here. Fly reel. And then the 3 weight, 7.5 foot Cabelas rod. Alright, fun one. And other than that, yeah, it's mainly bass and bluegill. Do stay tuned for more. I plan on doing more of these, and I'm hoping that I can get some good engagement doing this. So that said, let me see how I can close this stream. Again, I'm streaming direct from my DJI Osmo Action camera and taking it into the YouTube. So here we go. I'm gonna hit the stream. Okay, and